Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Foreign Strategies. Prepare for takeoff.
Yeah. What's going on, fellas? This is one half of Foreign Strategies. Delane Isaac here. And as you requested, I put a poll out and you guys wanted Stockholm. So let's get into it. Stockholm, I actually lived in Sweden. And I stayed in Gothenburg for 6 months. So tomorrow, make sure you look out for that. But today, we're going to do Stockholm. Alright, let's get in. Stockholm, Old City. Stockholm is the largest city and the capital country of Sweden. And Stockholm top 10 overviews. We're going to do chances of picking up girls, picking up at daytime, nighttime, look of girls, attitude, nightlife in general, locals English, moving around the city, and budget per day, and accommodations. Let's get into it. Alright, so northern part of Europe. Stockholm lies at an elevated level of 28 meters above sea level. Has a population of 1.2 million, and it is the most populated city in Sweden. There are more women there than men in Stockholm. Approximately 26% of Stockholm's residents, immigrants, are from Iranian, Turkish, Thai, Somali, and Polish. And I'm going to say that a lot of people think there's a lot of blondes with blue eyes there. There are. But there are a lot of like African Swedish. There's a lot of Australian Swedish. There's all types of different girls from different backgrounds. So you'll see a lot of girls and it looks straight like they're from another, like they're not from another planet. They're alien-like, but gorgeous. So they bring all types of girls here, man. Stockholm is charming, buzzing with amazing bars, pubs, and nightclubs, and super friendly locals. The girls in Stockholm are regarded a true epitome of beauty, and they're known for the pinnacle of sexiness. Swedish girls from Stockholm are tall and blonde. The majority of these women have brunette colored hair, and a few have blonde hair. I remember when I was in New York, and I met my homie, Famous. He was doing these Swedish parties, and I met a lot of Swedish girls there for the first time. That's how I found out about Sweden. Thank God for New York. They have curvy figures, round hips, and a sturdy behind. The average Swedish woman is around 5'5", and you may come across taller women that are up to 5'10". No cap, like, I was dating a girl that was like 6'1" at one point. And she didn't care about height and all that stuff. As long as you're around her height. Majority of women in Stockholm have perfectly shaped lips, and the Swedish women are highly popular in their beauty. The women here are well dressed, sophisticated in dresses, and they use minimal makeup. Yeah, a lot of them don't even use makeup, and they look like they do. They have like very fresh face. I don't know what it is, but their skin is really soft and they look elegant for the most part. Women in Stockholm are considered to be quite feminist. When I was out there, this wasn't the case, but there is a rise in feminism in Stockholm. That's probably why I haven't been frequent in these places, but there's ways to get around it. The country has one of the highest rates in divorce in the world. Women here are quite headstrong and have firm opinions. They are financially independent. Jesus Christ, I cannot talk. The typical housewives spend their lives taking care of their babies, household chores. Instead, these women take up equal opportunities with the partner and work at par at them in the workplace. Women in Sweden do not appreciate expensive gifts and flowers to generate romance. The women in Stockholm prefer warm hugs, romantic conversations, small gestures, and like a deep kiss. However, do not rush into hugs and kisses. It can sometimes offend these women. Yeah, a lot of Swedish women, they could be considered cold just for it's more of a cultural thing. You know, they warm up. You know, I talked about this in the guide for Rio. Real girls is the exact opposite, right? You can kiss them in like 10 minutes. If you guys got a connection, that'll float there. But not in Sweden. Nah, it's not going to float. Unless she really, really feeling you. All right, so the look of girls, 3 out of 5 I'm gonna have to disagree and say it's more 5 out of 5. The girls are amazing out there. They have different varieties. The attitude of the girls are 3 out of 5. That's a little bit more accurate. Some are not approachable, some are approachable. Racism in Stockholm is quite negligible. Non-Caucasian guys have good chances of making it have a lot of fun there. I'm going to go on a limb and say black guys really do well in Sweden because there's not a lot of black guys there, and you got the media and all that stuff. Black guys do really well in Sweden, and no matter where you go. So if you're going there to pick up girls, the chances of picking up is 4 out of 5. Now, most women in Stockholm are very much into casual relationships with men. Majority of women are on the lookout for having fun as well. If you have the charm, looks, and game strategies, you straight. Tips for daytime. Daytime is a good time to woo women in Stockholm. You can have fun with women in daytime. Women are quite approachable and friendly, and would agree to go out on a date in the daytime. They're quite open about their relationships, and you need to use gaming and strategies for these liberal women, open-minded women, to go out on a date with you. Shopping street and malls are prime locations for pickup. And so how do you approach these girls? You want to dress smart, you want to be yourself, be friendly, speak only morally correct things. The women, they love their country. They're Team Sweden all the way. If you're politically incorrect, then you will be offended for sure. Yeah. Like if you go around saying, I like Trump, that's not going to float. I know they like American women when that terms in that regards. Well, the women are quite smart, and they can easily identify when you're bluffing and going beyond your limits. You need to compliment them, but not with too many. They are rather like simple guys than those who are overindulged in flirting. They're finally independent, and like men who are of high social status, have a charming personality. The women in Stockholm are said to be epitome of beauty, hence they too like guys who are handsome. The women can speak English and can communicate well, but these Swedish women are known to be active listeners. They keep their talk short and to the point and love to listen carefully. Chivalry is what the woman praises in men in Stockholm. They're not the kind of women who are wooed by old school romance. So dress up smart and casual, be yourself, talk fluently to women without much flirting or sugarcoating, and you'll be good. Be open-minded and liberal like them, and speak to them in a straightforward manner. See, this is I think why American guys do well, because this is like all these things is characterizing American guy. They tend to straightforward, be open-minded. Chances of picking a daytime 3.5 out of 5. Now, the women have no qualms about flirting and having a good time with men during the daytime. The women here are always ready to mingle. The best places to meet women. The weather in Stockholm is extremely cold and harsh throughout the year. I'm going to say the best time to go out here is during the summer, because 9 months out of the year is cold. But when it gets really hot, they just go nuts, because it's it's kind of like taking advantage of the great weather. So it's kind of like letting the cat out of the bag. In summertime, you meet a lot of women who are ready to mingle, soak up the sun. You got Gamla. It's an old town in Stockholm. We got one of the best places to find girls from different backgrounds. You'll find a footfall of women here during the summer seasons. They got really good clubs out here in Gamla. Some of the most beautiful women I've seen are in Gamla, the clubs that I went to. But you do have to make sure you go to the right clubs. The Mood here, as you can see, this is actually a place called Mood, just in case you guys wondering. And this is what it looks like. Galleran. Yeah, it's very it has that regal feel to it. Like don't be surprised if you see castles there. This is one of the malls here, the Centrium. There's another place. I think this is a transportation hub. This is a metro station where some of the shops and the venues are. You got the Mall of Scandinavia. So Stockholm is pretty metropolitan. You got the expression building here. I'm just gonna go through this. Tips for nighttime. It does not really matter whether it's daytime or nighttime if you're interested. I mean, women are available to mingle during the day as well as nighttime. You can go to pubs, nightclubs, bars to enjoy the night. The women are very open about having fun, and they are indeed said to be great in bed. I'm gonna agree with that. Sodermalm is one of the best and most affordable areas to try out in Stockholm, which has plenty of bars, pubs, and nightclubs. There's another area in Gotagan. Again, guys, I apologize about my pronunciation. I've only been in Sweden for 6 months, and my pronunciation of Swedish words is not just there. But I'm going through the different areas of Stockholm. That's popping, right? So chances of having a good time at night, 4 out of 5. The chances of having a good time is a high chance because the women here have high libidos and they're often open for one night stands, guys. This is very true. It's very common. This is like cultural. They don't really believe in dating. They just believe in just getting it out of the way, having fun, and then if there's connection, then you go on dates. It was very backwards when I was out there. The best nightlife clubs to meet girls. You got Cafe Opera. I've been here. They had like a dress code and it was like strict. But I showed them my passport and they were like, "Oh, you're from the States? Come on right in." Everybody was wearing dresses and like tux. It was really crazy. It was a cool experience though. Met this one girl. She was like Indian, Swedish there. We just had a good time. It was pretty cool. So these are a couple of clubs you get hit. Then you got the Nikki and Dove and Melt. I guess this is where people perform. Burns. I actually been to Burns. This is some of the baddest girls I've seen in Sweden. Oh man, I'm gonna tell you guys who Huset. I took one of my boys to Huset, and no cap, we went with one Swedish girl and one Danish girl, and they both was 5'10", blonde, blue eyes. We were with them. We were girls already, and girls were coming up to us. Like he had 5-6 girls come up to him, 5-6 girls come up to me. And my friends was like, "Yo, damn, you guys got like a fan club." And they thought they thought we were from the UK. So, UK fellas do well here as well. I probably got like 7 numbers that night, and I pretty much could have closed with any of them, but I already came in with girls. So, but that's true. Like if you want to go to Huset, that's the spot you want to go in Stockholm. That's what I think. I don't know if it's like that anymore. I don't know if it even's open, but that's the spot. I mean, Huset means horny house in English. And the Ingles that I'm saying. Nightlife in general. 3.5 out of 5. The nightlife is great. When the sun sets down in the city, you head straight down to the top nightclubs. Everything else, yeah, you get some of the baddest chicks in these nightclubs, man. Like, every girl looks like a supermodel. If you go to the right spot, man, it's like unreal, man. And like the girls here, they look like they're very well off. They got a lot of money. Their fashion sense is on point. But when they start talking, it's like you don't know what they're saying. If you don't know Swedish, it's like whoa. But then they know English as well, so that's a great thing. It's a beautiful city at nighttime. You can see stuff like that. The docks and the piers. Mature ladies and cougars. Having fun with the mature ladies is not a very big deal. Most of women are very open-minded, liberal in their views, and they're casual about their relationships. Many of the mature women, they love to indulge in having fun. Tourists who are on the lookout can easily meet women in Stockholm, impress them with their charm and personality. Yeah, I'm going to go on a limb and say I haven't really have a lot of experience, but the ones I came across, they are thirsty. Get them a 6-pack of Gatorade. They come after you heavy. So if that's your thing, you will do well there. Top dating tips. Um, I guess it's just like repeating. I'm just gonna skip through this real quick. Online dating, Tinder, you could do well there because there's a big population. Badu is the second app they use. Match.com. Guys, the way I look at it, online dating is like, if you're looking for something serious, don't do Tinder, don't do Badu, don't even do Match. Well, you might want to do Match because if a girl has a skin in the game and they're really serious about dating, then yeah. If she's not really that serious about dating, she's kind of on a limb, she want to do something free, then yeah, it goes without saying. If you do something for free, you're not really putting a stock in it, right? Once you start doing things, you start putting your money where your mouth is, then that's another case, right? What kind of guys have the best chances? Okay. The women in Stockholm are headstrong, smart, sassy, have firm opinions, and financially dependent. No cap there. The women are at pair with the men in Stockholm. In fact, some women are more qualified than men. The women love men who are on the same intellectual level. The men who are smart, handsome, with a high social status. It is a city where the population of women is more than men. The women love men who are charming and has persona to impress them. I'm going to disagree about this impressing stuff. This whole notion of like women, you got to impress them. I'm going to have to disagree on that one. But I agree with the other things. They like men who have a good conversation and they understand small gestures of men and return those gestures too. I disagree because a lot of women that go after the guys out here because they always complain like they love when American guys come because American guys are more aggressive and the Swedish guys are not. So when American guys come, they go after the guys who are aggressive because they're equally aggressive as well. It's kind of like a catch-22. Anyway, Stockholm is regarded to be quite safe compared to its international standards. There's not too many risks when it's coming to gaming. The women are very approachable and friendly. They have liberal views. Just careful about politics, religion, touching sensitive topics can be offensive in Stockholm and it'll get you in trouble. So less is more, guys. Again, you want to be upfront and be frank. And you want to respect and stay away from like politics, religion, gold diggers, sugar babies. I don't really deal with that. That's not my domain, so I'm just gonna skip over that. Swingers, I'm not really into that as well. Anyway, let's get to the cost of living. The country of Sweden is known for being an expensive place to visit. Yeah, I mean, in comparison to Copenhagen is more expensive. Sweden is more cheaper in comparison to Norway. It's all about comparisons, but yeah, I mean, if you're talking about third world country, yeah, tourists here who are traveling on budget and shit end up spending quite a bit of money. Stockholm is a little bit more expensive, that's facts. A solo traveler is heading in Sweden often enjoys a trip on a budget cost of $100 per day. That is not a bad budget. $100 per day, you be good. Accommodation per night, $60 to $500. That's a range, meaning like hostel, 3 2-star restaurant, 3 2-star hotel. If you want to stay somewhere in luxury, $500 per night. I don't even know if that's. I guess that's true. Yeah. Beer, $5 to $7. Beer in a bar or restaurant, $8 to $20. Meal in a restaurant, $40 to $50. Yeah, something about Sweden, like sometimes when I go there, I don't always find food that I really like, so I ended up eating a lot of American food. But unless it's like Swedish meatballs, the usual stuff, but I don't know. I have to find a way to get around whenever I'm in Sweden and eat better food. Airbnb is the best option. There are 2-3 bedrooms rented, apartments available in the city. The cost could be $50 to $60 per night, or you can shell out $300. It's up to you. That is facts. Airbnb is good. Grand Hotel, that's one of the hotels there. I never stayed there before, but I can only imagine. So if you want to get around, they have the main airport, Stockholm Arlanda Airport. Now, this place It's pretty cool. It's heavily security is crazy. Um, a lot of baddies walking through this, man. I'm gonna tell you. By bus, um, you get a ticket, and you could do a weekly, a monthly, and then what they do is like you get on these express buses, and then it's free. I mean, last time I was there, it's free. It's not really free because you're paying for it, but like you can get away with hopping on these bad boys and just riding out for free. But they have this thing called Control. Control gets on it and they check to see if you have a ticket. But Control isn't always on these things, you know. They just jump on it every now and then. I remember when it was late at night and I was on Control and I forgot I had a ticket. And Control came up to me. My heart was pounding. And he's like, "You got a ticket?" So I looked in my pocket and I had a ticket. I showed it to them. They walked away. So yeah, just a side note. And they do the same thing with Norway. I'm not sure if they do that in Copenhagen. So taxis are not necessarily too expensive. In comparison to Oslo, man, you don't want to take taxi in Oslo, man. That's like $50 easily for 1 mile. But like they have cheaper options to take these buses or whatever. I think they have Uber in Stockholm now, so you can do it by train. I do I think it's called the Silja line, Stockholm Central Station. If you want to go to like Stockholm to Copenhagen to Oslo, you could take this train, and it's pretty cheap. It's like $15, if any. Really, really cheap. I was using this a lot. And it's comfortable and it's very nice. That food too. Very comfortable. By boat, I never done that before. But I did take a boat on the Silja line from Helsinki to Stockholm. And I remember that was my first time to Stockholm, man. That was one of the dopest solo travel trips. Oh, man. Yeah, I definitely gotta go to Sweden again. It's definitely a good time. Visa, Australia, American and Canadians do not require a visa. You can stay up to 90 days, guys. And EU nationals can stay unlimited time without visas. Digital nomads, remote work, yeah, their internet is really nice. They have a strong infrastructure, so you won't have to worry about that. And internet and mobile operators, as you can see, are these. I don't gamble. But if you do like to gamble, they have a big casino here, as you can see, in Stockholm, and Kuzagaten. And yeah, weed and drugs here. Most people between 18 and 35 are mostly uninfluenced drugs. That's true. But I never know where to get this stuff. It's not like I'm looking for it. And yeah, one thing is Sweden are big on health and fitness. So they definitely got their gyms out there. Like everybody's in goddamn shape, I swear. STDs, HIV, they are very strict on this stuff. Patients suffering from these conditions are given suitable treatments. This is hardly any. There are hardly any STDs and HIV cases in Stockholm. See, the thing about this is, I think it's like lawfully, criminally, if you had an STD and you give it to someone else, like by law, you're supposed to tell them. And if you don't, it's like a criminal act. So a lot of people are really, particularly STDs, a lot of people are very locked down about that. They're very PC. They're very like by the book on that stuff. At least like with the women I've been with there. So staying safe. Last but not least, for its size, Stockholm is a safe city. It's extremely safe, guys. Nothing's gonna go down there. It's what I noticed. Like big cities, they're really safe. That means it's kind of boring. But Stockholm is really fun. So it's kind of like best of both worlds. You got the safety and you can have a good time. So that's it. This is edition for Stockholm, Sweden guide, accommodation, dating, and all that good stuff. Guys, this is Delane Isaac. I'm signing out. Peace.
Once again, Thanks for flying with Foreign Strategies. Make sure you subscribe.